Okay, JC, welcome back. Senyanjo, welcome back. Now, I would like to talk about this topic, right? I'm not sure that how many of you actually get confused with this thing because you guys have been trading for market for some time. Okay, as if like when I trading, this is always my problem. And I would like to explain about this topic is to solve a problem first. A problem of you don't know about this answer. How many of you actually faced this problem before? When you do analysis, open a chart, okay, using the strategy here and there, okay, then you found that, okay, daily analyze, you found that is downtrend. Then H1, you analyze, it become uptrend. Then M15, you analyze, it become ranging. Then it become confused. How many of you actually faced this thing problem before? If you are facing right now, also type a me in the chat box. Okay, who is facing this problem right now? Now, if you don't face this thing before, means that you not trade long enough lah. If you don't know what I'm saying, let me explain first. Now, what time frame is this? Daily time frame. What trend is this? Come on, dear traders. What trend is this? Uptrend, downtrend, ranging. Come guys, type fast. Okay. Uptrend. Up. Okay, daily uptrend. What trend is this? Uptrend, downtrend, ranging. Come on, keep all the momentum. Up, down, ranging. Okay, good. Ranging. Smart. Sideways. Okay, sideways. Uptrend, downtrend, sideways. Uptrend, downtrend, sideways. Okay, ranging. Good. Uptrend, downtrend, ranging. Yes, downtrend. Very good. So let's do a summary. Now, daily, uptrend. H1, ranging. M15, ranging. 1 minute, downtrend. So answer is question mark. Then my student said call Eason. Then I also question mark. Why you ask me? Right, how many of you face this thing before, right? Can type a haha in the chat box. If you face this problem and you don't know how to solve it, and it's almost something that's frustrated you a lot of time, and you know what? When I do alpha masterclass, the biggest problem that people ask is not about the robot setting. Right? The most big question that people ask is always, Eason, what time frame that I should use for the robot? Eason, you know, based on this time frame, it's uptrend. Should I buy or should I sell? Because 1 minute is downtrend. Eason, my setup is correct or not? Because daily tell me to up, 1 minute tell me to sell. So, okay, let me tell you right now, 100% of the time, this is going to be a problem, a journey that you have to overcome before you be a profitable trader. And you really need to understand that the meaning behind each of the candlestick, each of the time frame. You need to have that idea how to combine everything into one single picture. Because in the end, USD JPY in 1 minute and USD JPY in 1 day, they are the same thing. They are the same chart. So let me tell you right now, how can we combine together? Right, combine together in the sense that to understand which time frame is the best to trade. No lah, right? If you always ask me, right, Eason, what is the best time frame to trade? 3 words, ALL, all time frame is the best to trade. You should ask me, Eason, what is the best time frame to explain the current market? Now, by explain the current market, I also need to know what is your purpose first. How you want to explain? You want to explain it in terms of directions, all right? You want to know the market general directions, then look at the high time frame. If you want to know the market trend, uptrend, downtrend, ranging, then you go to H4 and 1 minute, H4 and 1 hour. Now, if you would like to get a confirmation, meaning that you would like to confirm that this trade can enter to buy or sell or not, you want to be execute right now already. Okay, either using some of the technique like trend following or pullback. Okay, then you can go to a lower time frame to clearly see the price action itself. That is with a purpose, meaning that you should not execute a trade just based on the market, right? You should every single time have a purpose of it. Now, putting them into a simplified understanding. This is GBP USD. Now, if I just ask you guys to focus on this box, this is uptrend, downtrend, or ranging. Yes, downtrend. Smart. What if like this? This is downtrend. And what if that we focus on this box again? Uptrend, downtrend, ranging. Also down, right? What if like this? Uptrend, downtrend, ranging. Ranging, it's actually downtrend. Okay, maybe I draw it like this. Okay, so that it's able to view this easier. Everyone use MD4, right? Now, the thing is that, okay, this is MD4 chart. Now, how to actually identify the trend is that you need to have a fixed date range. I repeat again, you need to have a fixed date range, right? The range of time frame that is on fixed date, meaning that I choose from this date to this date. Okay, from this candlestick to this candlestick, I would like to know the price changes from this candlestick to this candlestick to know that it's uptrend, downtrend, or ranging. So the 4 hour, okay, so 1 hour is like it is like this, up, down, all right. Then 4 hour, okay, so 4 hour can see clearer. So it's up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay. Then 1 hour. 1 hour is zoom in now. Zoom in. Can you see this? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Then we go to 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Then for 15-minute time frame. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And then I go to 5-minute, same thing, right? Just bigger view. Up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Can you guys see this? 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame. Are they the same thing? Can you see that? Right now you start to connect all these time frames together already. Alright, if you guys can see this already, type a aha in the chat box. If you guys can't see this, what I'm showing you guys, right, type a 0. Okay? Meaning that when you analyze, it's not about the trend, It's about from what time to what time. Okay? What time to what time. A better way to analyze this thing is that a lot of you guys don't know the features of the date below trading view. Okay? The date below trading view actually referring to, like I click this 1 year. It's telling you, okay, so in the last 1 year, okay, this is 1 year, GBP USD has been coming down, then goes up. So it is a downtrend, but then have a pullback already. Then from 1 whole year, I zoom in to be 6 months, and within that pullback of that 6-month period, right? Like this is 1 year thing, so this is the period that have pullback, and that pullback period is 6-month time, right? From here to the future, right? And then that is 6 months. If I zoom in again 3-month time, okay, 3-month time is equal to wait. 3-month time is equal to this part, right? This ranging. So you say that, this chart is ranging. Yes, it is ranging, but ranging based on 3 month periods. Okay, in the last 3 months it's ranging, but in the last 6 month time it has been going up for certain time already. Then only it is ranging. But then in the one whole year basic, it is just pull back, goes up, then ranging. Alright, so that is a concept of multi-time frame analysis. And by doing this, you can immediately get a connection of multiple time frame all together already. Now, one thing that I would like to teach you guys is that, okay, one more thing. What are the time frame that is the best? Let me show you this thing, then you will not ask me this kind of question anymore. Okay, so what I want to show you is that, you see, the daily too big. Okay, so let's just take this part. Right now, this is a peak of the market, right? This is the bottom of the RSI. Can see this? Alright. This is at the peak and at the bottom. And this is at 1 hour time frame. Okay, 1 hour time frame. Then you go to 2 hour. It is still the peak, it is still at the bottom. I go to 3 hour, up and down. If I go down to 30 minutes, it is still at the peak and the bottom. 50 minutes, it is still the peak and the bottom. 5 minutes, where it is, 5 minutes here, at the peak and the bottom. Okay, now maybe MD4 will show you guys better. I mean, did you guys see this already? Let's say that the peak of the market here and the bottom of the market here. Now, the signals that you guys are referring to, let's say that your signal is just 70-30, right? Simplify it, 70-30. The signal is here and here, right? And only at this area that have signal. Only at this area that have signal. If you go to 1 hour, does the signal still there? It is there. Go to 30 minutes. Go to 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes, your signal there or not? It is still there, right? It is still at a signal. It is still a signal even in change to another time frame. 5 minutes, is it still a signal? It is a signal, right? Can you guys see this? It is still a signal. The only difference over here is that it been split out, right? Because the candlestick is more, right? 5 minutes versus 30 minutes. 5 minutes can have multiple candlestick, means can have multiple signals. Okay, can have multiple signals. It just enter more and more threads on the same area. But 30 minutes, it only have one 30-minute candlestick. So it only have one signal, meaning that have one thread. In a sense, changing to a higher time frame equal to reducing the noise of the market, which is you can get a higher win rate on the higher time frame. On a lower win rate, you cannot get a higher win rate. Okay, but then the thing is that you can get a better entry opportunity. Why? You got more choice, right? More choice. Because in the end, right, signals remain signal. Alright, regardless how you change the time frame, the signal remain the same. Okay, signal remain the same. You can even I change the half short, the peak and the bottom still there, just that not that high, not that low. Guys get it or not? Alright, if you guys get it for this part, type of wow in the chat box. If this is like a mind blows things for you guys to know. Indicator at all time frame is also the same value. Alright. Hello Lee, welcome back. Okay, so right now I would like to talk the final advanced robots for today. which is the RSI based double grid V2. It's a short-term robot, but it's designed for the highest risk possible to do the trading. Now, this robot here, let me explain in the PowerPoint first. Earlier on the day, we learned about double grid V2. And double grid V2 basically just enter the trade based on RSI. Cross up, you buy. Or you can cross down, you buy. It's based on crossing. But then this double grid V2 is excuse, it's slightly different. It is actually buy at 30. As soon as the price drop below, it will start to buy. And it go even further, you buy number 2. You go even further, you buy number 3. Why? Because it go even backward, right? And backward, it actually have a chance to buy at the bottom of RSI before it jump up. That is the purpose of it. And we design this in this way is because we would like to enter as much trade as possible to buy as low as possible so that we're able to catch the bottom of the market. The purpose of DGV2 is like that. We would like to capture the bottom of the market. And we do have grid recovering right now. Like DGV2, the distance between each of the threads is what we call as the grid step. And the grid step is not well defined last time. But in advanced robot, it is defined very well that, okay, every 100 point, you only re-enter again, else don't do anything. Why we are doing so is because that we are actually limiting that over trading. In a sense, why is that RSI starting to like this? You don't want to enter like this, ma. Alright, like this, you already margin call. We want to wait to the next distance, buy again. Now we do have a grid step multiplier as well, meaning that this is 100 point, right? Then the next step is going to be 110 point. Then the next step is going to be 121 point. Increase every 10% for the step. Why? If the market suddenly big jump, at least this robot won't too much of trade. It been recover slowly bit by bit. Okay, so that's been done in the grid step recovering here. Then with the exit method, right? Right, this exit method is exit on the opposite side of the RSI, which is up to 70, then exit, close the trade. Alright. Now, the risk management part is the recovering, same as this one. But there is a lot multiplier. By default, it is using lot multiplier of 1.1, meaning that the loss size of 0.1, next will be 0.11, 0.12, 0.13, etc. Why? By doing this, you're able to increase your profit much more better. And let's do it a demonstrations on the MT4 itself. Let's say that we go for Euro USD, for example, and we go for double grid V2, right? DGV2, double grid V2. Okay, Euro USD spread is about 10, and you can do it in any time frame. For me, let's do it for H1 because it is much faster to run on my computer. Now, need to be aware that this is advanced robot. The speed of it running it will be very slow. So please bear with this. Please be aware that this robot slow is normal. I mean, most of the robot running is slow lah. Okay, very good. Now, right now, I'm demonstrating a strategy. What if that you are only deposit $200 with the default setting, can you be profitable or not? Now, by default, if you adjust $100, $200, you can be good result. But you will end up with margin call at one time. How? Because the robot do dollar cost average ma. Okay, it do dollar cost average, dollar cost average, dollar cost average. But you see that the gap is getting larger and larger one. Okay, it won't like it just getting larger and larger, making it harder to enter the trade just to avoid this kind of big spikes. Okay, now first thing first, you are able to see that, okay, so this is in big drawdown, right? And then let's double click on this area. Okay, so this part I can see that there are threads here. They entering a sell thread. There must be a lot more sell thread at the front. Yep. So there are sell thread, sell thread, sell thread, and there are a lot of sell thread been stuck over here that end up to here. And when market goes all the way up further, it just hit to the margin call range. And when it hit the margin call range, no choice law. That is the marketing. But one thing that you can have a look, if you closely look into the market itself, did you notice that the robot entering sell at not a good place? Meaning that, of course, this is big candlestick. When there's a big candlestick, means that the market itself will be in RSI 70 already. When it's at RSI 70, then it technically will become entry opportunity for DigiV2. Most of the time, you can see win rate is 84%. Most of the time is pretty good one. Just because of this kind of big candlestick, you will be in losses. So what you will be doing is that you will be come all the way down. There is a filter, call it as volatility filter. Okay, set at normal market filter. True and true. What does this mean? This means that if it encounter at normal market, like suddenly big candlestick, how big it is? At least 2 times the size of the average candlestick, right? At least 2 times the size in one single candlestick. Directly stop trade, don't open at all. So I okay, and let's just see how does it work. Meaning that I don't change anything. I just let it avoid to do trading in this kind of big candlestick. Is something that you are looking at? Right, type in a wow in the chat box. 1 year period, $200 to another $200 of profit, 85% win rate. That never end up. I mean, 85% win rate, right? Drawdown of 19%, but ROI of 120% in a year. I just changed one thing to filter the market condition like this, and it will be even best. Just now some of the students ask, can I filter to buy only or to sell only? Can. See here? Trade for buy, true. Trade for sell, true. If you want to focus on one side, off one of the one side of it. Of course, you can change the RSI value. Right now it's about 70-30. You can change it to become 60-40. It's also fine. Right, not a big deal on that part. And then we got RSI periods over here, which is you can adjust a bit on the RSI value. So if you'll be asking me, right, personally, I will still prefer to change the RSI period instead of these two. Okay, RSI period is more important. Now, so for now, let me just go through more of the setting over here on a briefly so they can get a view what does all these settings mean. Now over here, we can see that this is your trade zone, meaning that we would like to set up from where to trade on it, right? You can define an area that EA will trade. If it drop outside of the zone, no trade, including the recovery. Meaning that, okay, right now, let's say that, okay, you would like to apply in gold market, for example. Okay, and you would like to buy within 2 prices. Let's say that for some reason you would like to buy, you would like to sell at here to here. Okay, you think that this area is good to sell. Then when you put the robot in, double click V2. Okay, you focus the sell only, right? So you don't need to have buy. So you close on the buy side, come down. You would like to set the highest number. So it's 1845.04. Then 1826.2.27. Okay, so I would like to trade within this region. Okay, then I click OK. Then the robot will check in, set the trade for me. Meaning that it is only going to trade sell within this region. and literally you can just go to rest. Basically, when come to here, you will just sell with RSI and then do the dollar cost average. When you go out, it don't do anything. Okay, of course, this is not good enough. You have to set what we call it as the most important setting in every robot. For advanced robot, most important setting is the advanced prop firm setting. And I would like to emphasize again, this is the most important setting for Direct V2 to be consistent. Unless you prepare for your account to margin call. But for us, we would like for our account to be constant, long-term profitable, right? Hence over here, we would like the robot to set true prop firm rules, and we tell the robot that the maximum risk per day is 4.5%, and then the maximum loss in dollar amount is, for example, if you go for prop firm 10K account, is $450. So you can set dollar and percentage. Give yourself two protections. Protect your account to ghost margin call, right? That is very, very important. Now, other than that, right, it can do threat zone filter already. Then it can also do ATR auto grid step. By default, just now the example I give, right, is 100 point of grid step, right? But actually, we are using automatic grid step. Now, automatic grid step is depends on market volatility one. If the market is very volatile, up, down, up, down, up, down, hence the number here will actually be larger, meaning that when market is volatile, our next entry should be larger as well. When market is very slow, our next entry should be very close because it don't move, it can absorb larger amount of risk. So I set it to be 4, meaning that it assumes if the market is sort of like having 4 candlesticks come down already, example, right, 4 candlesticks come down already, it will enter back again. Alright, so that's what it means by auto grid step. But 4 is actually quite conservative. Most of the time, the student can go to 1, right? As long as 1 candlestick down, enter again. 1 come down, enter again. Aggressive. Now, time filter. From what time to what time they should trade? Okay, we only trade from the late morning, okay, from late of the morning until the end, and we don't trade somewhat in between. I mean, we only trade in between. Early morning we don't trade, late night we don't trade. Why? Early morning spread is high, late night the spread is too big also, right? Because of the swap thing, so we don't trade on that period of time. Alright, so this time we already set for you is from 3:30 to 23:30, meaning that from MT4 time zone, 3:30 and 23:30 Alright. Now you can set a max spread filter as well, meaning that if you know that your broker for some reason the spread is going to be up and down. For example, I do know that some of the broker itself is manipulating the spread. Suppose the gold spread maximum can only go to 40, but they can go to 60 or even 100 at some situations. So you would like to prevent DigiV2 to enter into this kind of situation, right? Hence, you can set what is the maximum spread to avoid being manipulated. What is the maximum lot size that you allow this robot to open? By default, I set to be 1 lot. So the maximum lot is only 1. Stop loss, I didn't put. Alright, why? I use a profit loss. Much better. 4.5% close everything. Okay. And next thing, news filter. Okay, so this news filter is applicable to all advanced robot other than DV6. Okay, so this news filter, it automatically by default enable. It will filter high impact news and filter medium impact news, meaning stop trading 60 minutes before and after the news, and it will stop trading before and after a medium impact news, right? 30-minute time. High impact news is such as like GDP, NFP, ADP, those kind of things. Medium news is sort of like the news that is not so important. Manufacturing value, survey, a speak, a talk, somewhere will be like medium. Usually we'll go for lower number one, like 15 and 10. Meaning that by right, this number we will put it to be 15. Meaning that 15 minutes before and after the news, we don't do any trading. And this one, 30 minutes before and after. But last time we used 15 and 10 only lah. We would like to be very, very aggressively going in. So it will, for some people, they won't able to accept it because that is so high risk. They don't like to have trading on the news time. We going in because we know that account itself is designed to be margin call. We can afford that risk evolve. And lastly, we are doing on news filter, right? So by default, this news filter will automatically detect the symbol in your account. It's going to take the first, which is Euro, USD, to do the analysis. But if I'm coming into the market like AUD and ZD, then we're going to take one more extra market to do analysis, which is we take USD additional to check the news as well. Other than that, that's all for the robot part. Now, so this robot, if you'll be asking me why I'm explaining this robot, is because this robot is the one that can go for prop firm evaluation one. Okay, this robot can pass for prop firm. Just that you cannot use 200 lah. You need to use 100,000. Okay, and then you need to go for high risk. How high is the risk? Now, the grid step usually we go to 1, meaning that we want to be the most aggressively enter. Where is the grid step? Okay, auto grid step we used to be 1. Okay, and then just now on the bottom part, right, we also filter abnormal market. Okay, we filter abnormal market. The next thing that you will be doing is to filter it according to my you can talk about documentation here. Now, the documentation here have been mentioned that what is a thing that is important to adjust. I put it to be optional. Okay, first thing is will be a take profit. Of course, higher take profit, more return. Lot size, this one will depend on account size. You cannot optimize this one. You can, but need to be logical. Don't tell me that you would like to optimize from 10 to 50 lot for a 10k account. Need to be reasonable because this robot doing dollar cost average, and by default I allowed to open 100 trade at one go by default. Extreme high risk. Hints over here, okay, you can do like 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, all the way to 0.1 lot. That is still reasonable. Lot multiplier. Now this one is to check that you would like to do multiplier or not. Wow, I spent so long already. No one asked me this question. Okay, documentation is over here. Documentation is over here. Okay, so this is DV6 take profit part. Okay, this is take profit, and this is maximum trade that allowed to open 100 by default, and depend on account size as well for the lot size, right? Cannot go for too much. Then your lot multiplier. So basically, you just come here, tick, this tree. Right, this tree is the most important settings to go for optimization one. Okay, with that said, click OK, then click for run. Now I don't run it for whole 1 year lah. My goal is to pass prop firm on it, so I just need to run for 3-month periods. As long as I can make sure that the robot is profiting in the last 3 months, the next 1 month is high chance that it will be profitable. Is it guaranteed? No guarantee. What is the chance? 50% of the chance. All right. You want to get higher chances plus together with semi-auto trade, because robot is just robot. It is just a it is just a tools to execute your trade automatically based on the predefined setup. But if there is a shift of the shelf, or if, like what I said, if the market just getting emotional, the robot also don't know that what will be happening also, right? So that's why the best way to go to the prop firm is robot plus human together. I believe that most of you guys can actually notice this thing already. You guys pretty much see the truth in the market, right? If fully robot, it is good, but it will be in drawdown. If fully human, we will be tired. That's why we need to work together, right? Human can get the most ROI, robot can get the most consistency but low ROI mixed together. Alright, that is the plan to go for the problem itself. Now I will stop talking about here, right? Is there any question that you guys would like to ask? Now, one thing on new stuff here, right, is that this robot have an on tester's value, right? Advanced robot will have on tester value. And basically the on tester value refer to the maximum drawdown in the problem. Okay, maximum drawdown based on your initial capital, which is based on your if you go to a problem, this is going to be a maximum drawdown on your initial capital that need to be less than 10%. But if you don't go to 10%, we go to 9% enough already, like here. Like, so it takes some time to optimize. So, okay, in the chart as well. So in the chart, right, if you guys can see, there is a line. If there is line, then means there is a news. If there is no line, means there is no news, right? So that's basically mean that these are the places where it have the news. Okay. Okay, so I think something wrong, but it's okay, fine. So I solve it according to my risk, then I can see that the maximum ROI that I can get is here. Now, too sad to be true is that Euro USD is too less risk. Like Euro USD is too less volatile, hence I can't get big profit from here. And if I want to get higher profit, like 3 month 30%, right, which is here, then I need to afford that one single month I'm going to in big drawdown. Look something like this. Okay, it's not very beautiful, I know, but that is Euro USD. Pretty much Euro USD is not suitable for problem too much. It's just that Euro USD is suitable in the sense that it is consistent. All right. Yeah, in a sense it is consistent to generate ROI, but you can't expect high ROI from Euro USD. So no question for now. Okay, no question for now, right? How about Nasdaq 100? Okay, Nasdaq 100, right? Is volatile. I traded before, but I use manual, so I have no idea about this on Nasdaq, right? I can't give you a concrete answer for Nasdaq 100. Okay, before we go for the last section,